I started my pre-op a year and 4 days ago, and I was 410 pounds. So, I don't know. It means so much to me that I was able to change my life, because for years, I'd been digging myself a hole. Oh, it's not too bad. And then, I'd try to get out of the hole, try to lose weight, work hard, lose weight, and I'd always gain it back. And I'd end up heavier. And it got to the point where I couldn't work. I was at home all the time. And and I just knew my life was going to be over. I'm 34, and nobody ever wanted to date me. Nobody, I was just this fat, unhappy person. So, my dad, he's right here, he had decided to try to have the surgery, and he was going through his insurance company. They said he could have it. He did everything they wanted, So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it too. So my mom's like, look and see what options, because there's no way I can pay for it because I didn't have insurance because I wasn't working. So I found Mexico Bariatric, and it just, from the moment I saw it, I knew that's exactly what I needed to do. The doctor, it was like an answer to my prayers for years. It just came to me. So I asked my aunt if she wanted to go with me, and she did. She came down. We had it at the same time. We had Dr. Cabrera. And so everything was great down there. I felt like they were like family. They, you walk in and they love you. I've never felt so loved by anybody in my life. They're my family. So it was great, and so we flew back. And the day that we got back, my dad got his second denial from the insurance, and so it was like 3 days later. I call him and I'm like, we need to set up surgery for my dad. So Lily helped us, and 7 weeks later, my dad and my sister went down. Stand up. And she was never as big as I was. But she had diabetes. Her blood sugars were up in the 300s. And today it was, 92?
92.
So.
And Amberly, you've lost how much?
68.
I've lost 165.
I haven't lost as much as they have.
We'll get the whole family. We all had Dr. Cabrera.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a family.
I reached the point where my options were give up, get a handicapped sticker and a Jazzy, or shoot myself. Life just sucked. When I had a ray hope with the insurance of having it done, I was planning on a DS, and it fell through. They did so well. I went in and had the sleeve. Back in August, I'm down 190 pounds. Here's but keep in mind, it isn't the easy way out. You still have to walk past the cookies and the donuts. And, if you
your brain doesn't stop telling you want it.
Yeah. So, and then my other daughter had it done
January 7th this year.
And you're down how much?
60. Actually, I'm down almost 90 from the highest I was, but 60 since the pre-op and everything.
And Penny right there is the one that went with Tammy.
Tammy, come here. Come here. So we have a picture of her wearing this shirt.
Oh, I
So we can kind of.
And that was at their surgery.
Tammy had so much fun, she had to come down.
I went with them, and then I went with her. So if anyone else needs a companion, I'll go with you.
Down the hall.
She loves it.
So when I decided to have this done, my mom had died of her second heart attack when she was 55. And I said, I don't want to do that. And I had been trying to get surgery here, and insurance would never cover it. And I looked into it, and it was going to cost me $22,000 cash price to have it done. And we had it done the end of May last year.
June 29th.
June 29th?
June 29th.
Oh, June 29th. It's not quite. So I can still get my 100 in there. But it cost me less than $5,000 for everything, and it was life-changing. I wanted to have the bypass, but Dr. Cabrera said you should get the sleeve. Then you can always convert if you needed to later, and there's less complications. So that's what I had done. I was a nervous wreck I am more nervous than these guys about going to Mexico and stuff. I have 2 grown children, and I did not tell them until I was in Mexico after I had the surgery that I was there.
And then they beat me up like crazy.
It was not good. But it was amazing from the time you end up at the airport, Victor picked you up, and you're totally safe, and they take you, and oh my gosh, how did I forget his name? Who's our guy?
Art?
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't love art? Yeah,
That's me with art when I had my surgery.
Yeah, I mean, so I totally felt safe and comfortable the entire time I was there. You know, seriously, the worst thing in the hospital was listening to the nurse crushes the ice with the hammer, you know? That's it. I mean, it was...
It's like inside jokes.
I have not had any complications, and Dr. Cabrera does give you your email address. I've used it, and he does email you back. I checked it out before I went, and I just made sure that my doctor was okay with seeing, following up. But I have, they have so many people you can talk to. How many times have we talked to Prudence and different things? And I just follow up with my regular doctor here, and I've just have blood work, and I've never had any problems or complications, and I've recommended to a bunch of people. I am way older than Miss Tammy here, and so she was like kicking our blood out of, she was walking and she was doing great, and she's lost like a ton more than me. I've only lost 92. But I'm 50 and I've got a 12, and real life hits, and I got a 12-year-old that has had a lot of issues in the last 4 months, and suicidal issues, and just got diagnosed with autism and in and out of the hospital. And so I have not exercised in 4 months. I have not. And there's been 3 pounds, up and down 3 pounds, but I've not gained. I've not gone, back to the food. I've not. It's a whole, it's kind of like a new lease on life. And I felt like I haven't lost any more weight, but I used to be bulimic a long time ago, and so I don't want to be obsessed with the scale. So I only weigh myself maybe once a week, and I don't have a scale at home, and I do it at work. And I just think, I didn't do this because I wanted to be super skinny. I wanted to do this because I wanted to be alive for my children. And when I was researching, and I thought, do I want a doctor that does it 3 times a month, or do I want a doctor that does it like 3 times a day? And Dr. Cabrera and their staff is amazing. And when you're there, you'll find, when you search the internet, there's other places out there that go to the same hospital. We were walking, Tammy and I, 11 o'clock at night, we were walking the halls. There are people from these different companies at 11 o'clock at night still waiting for their turn to get into surgery. I don't want my doctor at 11 o'clock at night doing my surgery, We did our research, and couldn't be happier.
Weird.
Because do you have a desire to eat, or is it kind of like...
Kind of gone away, you're just eating.
But your brain still does. Because, you've been programmed since you were born, you need to eat, so your brain still thinks, why am I not eating? The worst was on the liquid diet, but you're not hungry, and your body doesn't need it. So there's a lot of tricks you have to pull with your brain and go, okay, do you really need that cookie? You're just doing that because it's a habit.
So are you just eating because you know you need nutrients?
Because you have to. I'm not hungry. Food was my greatest pleasure in life. Now I eat because I have to. So
I was going to answer to that is when I was younger, my parents would be like, finish all the food on your plate. You're not wasting anything. And that's the biggest challenge that I had, because in my mind I thought, I have to finish it. I don't want to waste this food. And you just learn how to take smaller portions and chew smaller and chew more of your food. And when you're done, you're done.
Take it away.
I haven't lost as much as the rest of my family, but I did mine for a completely different reason. When I found out I had diabetes, it was awful for me, and we went to like the eye doctor and things like that, and they said
She's an artist, so.
yes, so I'm like, I need my eyes. So they told me basically that if I didn't change my lifestyle, I would die in less than 10 years. So I took that really seriously, and when my dad found out that he was going, I really wanted to go, so I busted my butt, and I was able to make the money in 2 weeks by selling artwork. I'm still paying it off now, but anyways, it was the first time I ever had surgery, and I was nervous, but then once I met the doctor and everybody there, I felt calm and everything. The only time I had a hard time was I had got the hiccups like 2 hours after surgery. That was the only time I really had a hard time. She's dragging me down the halls and I have to stop because I'm like, hiccup. I was like almost in tears every hiccup, but after that, everything else was easy. But I used to have to take insulin shots every night. I used to have to test my blood sugar every morning and every night. No, I don't have to. No more insulin shots, no more blood testing, and I'm a lot healthier and happier. And so losing the insulin was why I did it, but the weight was just a bonus.